My name is Maneo Mohale, and together with Iranti-org, we created a 5-part conversation series about the draft Prevention and Combating of Hate Crimes and Hate Speech Bill. I sat down with various stakeholders, academics, and activists to discuss and unpack their views about this controversial and contentious bill. The aim of this series is to increase public awareness about the bill, but more importantly, to increase public engagement with the bill. In this interview, I sat down with Joshua Sehoole, a human rights activist and a regional human rights manager at Iranti-org. In our chat, Joshua approached the draft hate crimes and hate speech bill in relation to his work advocating for the rights of queer, transgender, and intersex people in South Africa.
Thanks so much for sitting down with me. And we've been having so many conversations, and I thought that it would be really lovely to sit down with you. So before we even begin, who are you and what's the work that you do?
I'm Joshua Sehoole. I'm the regional manager at Iranti-org.
Yeah. The kind of work that you do at Iranti?
I coordinate our regional work. We are a media advocacy organization that defends the rights of lesbian, trans, and intersex people in Africa. We're most active, I would say, in Southern and East Africa, but we've got strong partners in West Africa as well. We do a lot of documentation of hate crime cases. A lot of the time we're first on the scene, and we also do follow-up and trying to get justice for the victims.
In terms of the hate crimes bill, how do you understand the kind of work that you do in relation to the hate crimes bill or the draft hate crimes and hate speech bill? Why do you care? Why are you involved with advocacy around this bill?
I think for a very long time we've campaigned trying to push government to stop its silence against the continuing and increasing hate crimes against LGBTI people in South Africa in particular. And this is a message that we've taken to the streets at different times since we started. So we've really been looking for a concrete and meaningful response, like from government. So of course, when they came out with the bill, this is something we need to interrogate. This is what they're presenting as their response.
Mm-hmm. So what is the role and the responsibility of the state in light of the limitations of the bill?
So I think, along with a large majority of civil society, we have been asking the state to really pay dedicated attention to hate crimes against LGBTI people in particular, but hate crimes definitely more broadly as well. And the bill does show an intention of the state to do this, which is what we've asked for. The title of the bill is also encouraging, right? Because it's in its totality, it's the prevention and combating of hate crimes and hate speech. And of course, we are for the state taking initiatives to prevent hate crimes. What is more concerning is the detail in the bill and whether it will realize what it sets out to do. With how it's been put at the moment, mostly focusing on criminal justice, on interpersonal violence, it has the potential of ignoring some really serious issues for queer people and trans and intersex people in particular. So we're encouraged by the inclusion of intersex as a ground, as a protected ground, of course. And of course there are interpersonal issues. We know that infanticide is a real problem. but we also know that the state is liable and plays a big role in the lack of addressing other very serious violations like intersex genital mutilation. So we want inclusion on protected grounds that is not tokenistic, right, for any of those listings. In order for the bill to prevent hate crimes, right, we really need to look at in what way will the bill help identify and address root causes. So the transphobia, homophobia that is prevalent in society, and to what extent can a sole focus on the criminal justice system do this? This is, I think, a very important point to look at. Really, will it change the situation of people on the ground, this bill, as it is right now? And this also includes within the prison system itself. So we know that, of course, this criminal approach is around taking someone who has committed a hate crime and putting them in that system. But it is headed or overseen by the Department of Correctional Services. In what way does the prison system as it exists today really serve to do that job of correction? So as it is right now, it's quite unclear whether there will be any attempt at really looking at transforming attitudes, societies, communities in a real and meaningful way that is beyond just punitive. I think as an organization, we also document a lot of violations, a lot of hate crimes, and in our own work, we can see how important it is to work with communities, work around education and awareness and training, but also really focus on individuals, on communities, and on families. So the role of civil society and the strengthening of civil society and the strengthening of initiatives that are beyond just the criminal and prison system would be quite important, as well as looking at how you embody that same kind of spirit in the criminal justice system if it is to work.
Thank you. Thanks so much for sitting down with me and for offering your perspectives on this book.
Thanks.